Okay, let's go. We're good to go.
You get my lead?
That offense huddling on me!
Cup of tea. Okay, guys, let's go in.
In Ireland, there's a new game being played on the old sod.
Oh, baby.
That's definitely a sack, no? That's definitely a sack.
You can't play American football in Ireland like in high school. There's none of that infrastructure set up. So if we want to have football, we have to make it happen ourselves.
A few miles from Ireland's second largest city, on a 90-yard rugby pitch, here is where the Cork Admirals, ranging in age from 18 to 39, practice American football.
We are the national governing body for American football in Ireland. We basically organise all American football activities, whether it's tackle or flag. There's 8 teams in the Premier League, varying from Belfast to Cork, Dublin, Limerick, Westmeath. Everything in Ireland is volunteer, so nobody gets paid, whether that's players, coaches, management, myself, it's all volunteer-led.
I'm the Admirals Club President. I'm assistant head coach. I'm the defensive coordinator, the defensive backs coach. The committee who runs the club is also the players and coaches. Everyone okay?
My first year here, one of the first games, they said we have to paint the lines. I was like, paint the lines? Like, wait, no. We have people that do that for us. Like, what are you talking about? And so they're so committed here.
All about the energy, right? So, football in Ireland was started by people who love watching football and wanted to try and make it happen in Ireland. And that first generation, they all had to teach themselves how to play, essentially, and, coach themselves. And then there was another generation after that, and you have people like Alan who coached us then.
They play because they're fans.
I got into American football back when I was 13 to visit an uncle in London, and he was watching the Bears versus the Cowboys. I was hooked from then. Bears had just won Super Bowl '85, Walter Payton and Jim McMahon and William Perry.
The first refrigerator to score.
In Ireland, you can nearly tell someone's age by what team they support.
2003, 2004, the Steelers, basically Troy Polamalu. When he started playing in the NFL, I started seeing highlights of Polamalu and I thought, that's the best rugby player I've ever seen. He's playing this other sport. What's going on here?
Marshawn Lynch was probably one of my favourite players. So 2012, and that was when the Seahawks team was really coming together. I've become a Bills fan. Josh Allen, he's a dog.
A lot of people, when they join football, would have watched it at least on TV. But in general, most of the people that you get coming in, you're literally starting from scratch.
I knew nothing about the sport coming in, never even watched it on TV or anything. Came in pretty raw. I didn't hold. No, it's where we're allowed to do that.
Is it aiming 88, yeah? You got to be outside there. You can't be inside the outside receiver, yeah? You got to be outside.
So you got to teach them the basics, the fundamentals of football.
Because we don't play it from when we're absolutely children, maybe we don't play it as fast as Americans can, but that's what we're aiming for. We're trying to get there, I
would have caught that. I would have caught that on my knees.
Well, also, you stop throwing your hands because I
Doesn't
like
count
when
then.
people throw their hands.
In the AFI, there's no such thing as a prototypical body type, and positioning for American football can be tricky.
Trying to get larger people to play football is because, to be quite honest, as is general rule, most of the larger people, if they are playing sports, they're playing rugby already.
I'm one of them skinny boys, man. They put me in the skinny boy number.
No one escapes the trenches, man, you know that.
Yeah, they put me tight end. It turns out I'm just a 6'-tall lineman.
Because we don't have like 50 or 60 people on the team, you've always got the opportunity to play guys both ways or, try them in different positions. So we've got Luke and John playing linebacker, yeah?
Or 2, boy.
Moving a lineman to tight end makes sense.
Oh, that's easy! All linemen one-handed.
And for quarterback, Americans talk about the position like it's rocket science.
Trips right open, X-ray, H1 motion, Zorro, F1 on set.
So the Admiral's signal caller has a fitting day job.
So I'm a physicist. I do experimental physics for my work. It's more about how do things move. If something's moving in one direction, like if a star is moving in one particular direction, why does it do that? And if a receiver moves this way and if a safety's pulled with him, all kind of tied together.
Here we go.
You're just getting huge amounts of information thrown at you at any given time, and you kind of have to think quickly and process.
We have some really smart people on our team, and I'm just like, we have a lot of people with degrees, and I was like, this is not like America.
It was like I saw, and they were in the AB, so I called Zulu.
Another difference, is the language barrier.
He got below my hips, I was like, no, don't need to worry about him down there. But after my ankle, Jack Russell dog.
Depending what part of the country you go to, some of the accents are slightly more different and more easy to understand than others.
I just say yeah. I don't know what they're saying, I'm like, yeah. And then they'll say it again, like, yeah. I don't know what the hell they're saying. I just go, okay.
I don't want the guy with one shoulder.
Run! Go! It's good running now. Ready? Go! In America, even if most people don't get there, there's still a path where some people are thinking, nobody here thinks they're on the path to being a professional athlete, you know? It's for the love of the game.
There's no contract. Like, people are coming down because we want to be here, we want to be part of the team.
They form friendships for life out of these clubs and out of playing football.
Chuck didn't tackle me. Chuck gave me a hug. We are a brotherhood. Like, you do get another family with Cork Admirals here.
Get tight! That's it, break down, you say Cork, break down! Break down! Good stuff today, guys. Right, we're going down to the pub. Some creamy pints of stout and some pizzas, yeah?
1, 2, 3, Admirals!
Yeah.
Woo! There's only one way for an Irish football team to wind down after practice. A proper pint at a proper pub.
Culture-wise, I mean, we do like to celebrate, you know, whether it's victories or losses, you do like to celebrate the amount of work and effort that was put in. It's a great place for people to kind of meet up afterwards and relax.
It's more than the stereotype that's out there, like alcohol aside. It's such a social hub for getting together with the lads.
We don't go to the pub to, it's a night out, we're getting drunk. I think traditionally in Ireland, our houses would have been very small, and the pub was essentially an extended living room for people. You wouldn't have had rooms in your house where you could actually sit down and have guests in and have a night like maybe we do now. So the pub was always a place where you met people, where the community got together. It's kind of a very social thing.
Come over here, my guy. Come on, let me talk to you. So one of the biggest differences, people, when you pour a beer, you have to pour it right. The head has to be at a certain point, and then the body has to be right. You know, in America, we just pour it, and it's just like, here, take a beer. Drink it. It's like, but here, you know, it takes some time. When you're pouring a Guinness, you have to pour it right. You have to pour it till it gets to the G, and then you have to wait a little bit, let it settle. Then you have to pour it again, and then you got to let it settle again. I stopped ordering Guinness because it took too long. I was like, I can't do this.
Slowing down and embracing the Irish way of life makes sense for the Cork Admirals, who play for love of the game. When we return, we'll head to a seaside village to meet the man shepherding Irish players to the NFL.
Kicking and punting is where I think we're going to make a real impact.
Kicking can be about as sexy as playing the accordion. But in Howth, Ireland, a quaint coastal town on a peninsula near Dublin, you will find the site of a famous soliloquy from James Joyce's Ulysses, as well as a picturesque proving ground for future NFL kickers.
We just need to be pretty much bulletproof inside 50. We have to give coaches so much confidence.
Oh, yes, sir. It was a good kick, though. You missed, but it was a good contact. We can work with that.
My role is essentially to offer an opportunity for Irish athletes to engage with the sport of American football through the skill of kicking and punting. So we hold clinics all around the country.
Don't forget about your plant foot, Sam, because that's just too short. And the football doesn't move as much as a Gaelic football, so you have to hit it a bit straighter.
To understand the programme, you have to first understand Ireland's traditional sports.
The main three sports here in Ireland is within the GAA you have hurling and Gaelic football, and then rugby.
The Gaelic Athletic Association was formed in 1884 to include Gaelic football and hurling, which dates all the way back to medieval times.
I honestly think hurling is one of the coolest sports in the world. I think it's the fastest field sport in the world. And it's insanely skillful. If you watch a good hurling game, guys are hitting the ball 60, 70 yards like bullets, catching it, turning around, smacking it over the bar, and they can score from anywhere. And it's mixed between soccer, lacrosse, a bit of contact from rugby and football, and then just sort of Viking stuff. Gaelic football is like soccer, but you can pick up the ball essentially, and it involves a lot of kicking and a small bit of contact. Then rugby is like American football if the play never stopped, and except throwing the ball forwards. The way we say it, you run forward, pass backwards in rugby. That's why rugby lads are a little bit smaller, but we would be a lot fitter just because you have to keep going for 40 minutes straight, not to break every 10 seconds.
Darragh would know. Like Tig, he was a professional rugby player.
We grew up kicking and punting a Gaelic football or rugby ball. It's like just part of our culture here in Ireland, is what we do.
Fast, physical, and all about feet. Irish athletes were made for the NFL.
What I've now tried to build is like taking the synergies from those sports and then how do they apply to the sport of American football, and then kind of weave the two together. Lads tend to pick it up pretty quickly. They understand how to strike the ball.
Transitioning technique is their focus.
The ball's going to be here, your plan should be here. Come from Gaelic football, they swing around the corner and twist away a lot more. In American football, it's all about getting downfield straight towards the target.
Airborne to the uprights, and the kick is good.
Swung around, swing straight through it. You're cutting it every time. The most important part of the kick is obviously the contact with the ball and then the finish and getting through downfield towards the post. So if your body goes left, it's most likely the ball's going to go left. If I was Adam, I'll be aiming here.
Obviously, Gaelic football is sort of round, where that football there is sort of more egg-shaped. Getting the contact point in the ball, that was probably the most challenging.
Adam McGann-Gibbs has figured it out and is committed to Penn State.
Driving her out to the right.
Yes, sir. Show him his boss, Adam.
Nice, well done. Penn State faithful go mad.
The main things I'm sort of working on is my ball contact, trying to get the ball further down. Another thing I'm working on is just sort of trying to get as big as possible in the gym as well, because over there, like strength and conditioning, it's amazing. There's got some big guys over there.
There is one real-time element of kicking that's hard to replicate.
As they get more embedded in the process, they learn about, okay, there's a snap, there's a hole, there's big fellas rushing to try and block you. The challenge is for guys to understand that you have 1.3 seconds to execute a kick. So what we spend a lot of time with the guys is them shortening their distance to the ball.
All right, Mark, here we go.
So they can get really comfortable in being very efficient with their footwork and then very efficient generating power.
Proper power and timing is critical to success.
It is blocked!
Even the slightest misstep can cause calamity for kickers.
Good snap, good hold. Oh, it's blocked! This is massive. Snap, place, and right-footed boot rejected.
They blocked the field goal on 4th and 3 with 32 seconds to go in the game.
Last kick was a high level kick. Everything else is pretty average. We should definitely be getting some roughly 60-yard field goals today.
Typically, it's not this sunny.
Beautiful day to be kicking balls.
Like we kick in these types of fields, you're just open, you're exposed, so the wind is always ripping. I think that was actually a unique advantage that we get over a lot of the American kickers. They develop a really good leg strength because they have to kick a heavier, wet ball. And so then when they go to the States and they're playing in an indoor stadium with the dry ball, the thing flies further.
That's not just a hypothetical.
The main two guys I've had the privilege of coaching is Charlie Smith. He was part of the NFL and IPP, the International Player Pathway Program. He went to the New Orleans Saints.
This is from 52 in the right hash mark. Kick is away, and the kick is good.
And then Mark McNamee not too long ago signed with the Green Bay Packers. Mark was working as a sales job here in Ireland, trying to figure out like where he's going with life, and then he found kicking and then just became immersed in it.
It's easy to understand how that could happen after spending a day in Howth with leader kicking.
So many guys can kick a ball that distance. Only very few can do it under duress and consistently repeat that motion and do it at a high level. So that is a unique skill that separates kind of good from great. We need to be great to get over to America. That's just the fact of the matter.
Stay tuned as America and the NFL come to Ireland.
The game on Sunday is really a kickoff to a very bright future for our sport.
Hey, Irish, 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 Irish.
Hey, Irish, Irish, Irish. Hey, Irish, Irish, Irish.
Over the years, the NFL's Irish connection has been loose at best.
Who's that leprechaun, man? Tell him it's the Irish. It's the Irish in me.
You're so Irish, it's unbelievable. Red-headed temper.
Although many with Irish roots have lived up to the stereotypes.
He's one of your people, Joe. He's Irish, man. Red-headed Irishman. He's like out of control. Switch it off! Get his arms around him!
There is definitely the Irish-American connection. You know, quite a lot of people in the States can trace their ancestry back to Ireland.
You tough-ass Irish, man.
I would say I've always felt pretty connected to that Irish heritage. The O'Connell name is a very popular one over on the Emerald Isle. I've never actually been. Looking forward to when I get a chance to go.
That opportunity came in September, when Dublin hosted the first regular season NFL game in Ireland between the Vikings and Steelers. But it was the Steelers who were undoubtedly the home team.
Our ties certainly run very deep back to the island of Ireland. The Rooney family hails from County Down, the town of Newry. The Rooneys immigrated back in the 1800s during the famine, eventually settling in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where my great-grandfather would go on to found the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1933. My grandfather always had a deep passion for our motherland, as we call it. His life's work of not just in American football, but supporting Ireland led him to be the U.S. ambassador to Ireland under President Barack Obama in 2009.
Dan and I might be in the Irish independence. We got a picture taken.
He brought me and my sister Meg over in his first trip over as ambassador. I got to see him accepting this massive role, serving his country.
It's no wonder the younger Rooney has been working towards bringing a Steelers game to his family's homeland.
We've been bringing watch parties. We've had 2 or 3 sold-out watch parties at Croke Park for our games, several youth football camps across the island, and really just bringing terrible towels over and our current and former players consistently coming over with us on trips. We're honored that GAA and Croke Park opened their doors to the NFL and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What's the crack? Good. How are you? Good, yeah. Getting ready to go live in a few minutes.
Yeah, that'll be class.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're best of luck with it anyway.
Yeah.
For the locals, the first time is a thrill. But even for the visitors, the buzz of an American football game at Croke Park Stadium was exciting.
My dog, what's up? You should have seen Flo. Flo goes out yesterday and comes back with these sweaters, O'Connell sweaters. I go, thanks, Flo. It's a really nice gift, man. I got one for your wife, too. I'm sure she'll be excited, too.
The Emerald Isle has turned black and gold as Steelers Nation has taken over the Irish Nation for today's historic game at Croke Park.
This is great. We talked about it a long time ago.
We did, yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah. Finally got there.
Can you believe it?
All we need
A lot of black and gold out there, buddy.
It's fantastic for the sport. I mean, you know, if even a couple of years ago, there's nobody would have dreamt of having a regular season game, a meaningful game here in Ireland.
We're not the most emotive people sometimes, so maybe you can't tell it, but I'm very happy. The excitement is off the charts.
It's just fun to bring American football over to this country.
This has been phenomenal. The buzz in the stands, the terrible towels have been just going non-stop, and the Steelers Nation has showed up.
Once the international novelty had sunk in, it was business as usual.
The whole world is watching. We got first opportunity. It's an honor and a privilege.
Ball goes to the left, gaping hole into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers. Throw to begin this drive, and it's DK Metcalf. He's in the loose. There goes DK. A block from Austin. Inside the 5, into the end zone. 80-yard touchdown.
Pittsburgh sacked the red-headed, but not Irish, Carson Wentz 6 times and intercepted him twice.
All they do in Pittsburgh is take the ball away and celebrate in the end zone.
With a jig!
But the city of Dublin was actually founded by Vikings in the 9th century. The American Vikings finally made themselves at home in the 4th quarter.
Looks to the end zone, throws, caught, touchdown! In improbable fashion, the Minnesota Vikings are only down 3.
But in this kicking country, Rooney's team put their best foot forward with an onside kick recovery.
And the Steelers are going to win an historic game at Croke Park.
Would they reconvene at a pub afterward? Maybe. One thing seems certain. The NFL will reconvene in Ireland.
I think this is something we look back on in 10, 20 years. It's like that kind of catalyst moment that just sparked everything and things like boom, I think off it goes from there.
It's easy to get sentimental about Ireland. The land of leprechauns, blarney and 4-leaf clovers. But that's just fairy tales. This story was about real work and the real people working to make a dream come true.